Hey everyone, welcome to my show. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to me. Just a quick introduction before we get started on who I am. I don't like titles, not that I'm one of those super whimsical people, but I guess I would describe myself as a free thinker. I know that has a bad connotation, it's whatever. Um, Essentially, the gist of me is I'm just someone that really likes to dissect things that are typically talked about in a certain way or typically looked at in a certain way. And I like to really dissect those topics. And before anything, I like to pay attention to how I resonate to it. Um, and before anything else, I always like to come from a place of logic, completely removing emotion and feelings and experiences and just listening to the actual facts or whatever is being presented. Um, the reason why I consider myself a free thinker is because I typically don't follow any kind of group thing. I was a black nationalist for a very long time, just hella pro black, part of that conscious community, from Brooklyn, New York. So I've seen and heard it all from Nuwapians to five percenters to Asara Set, the Comedics, the Muslims, the Christians, of course. Literally, New York, and especially Brooklyn has every kind of person under the sun. And I've been a part of groupthink for a long time. And I'm not judging anyone that's currently there. If you're a part of the pro black community, the conscious community, the Christian community, the Muslim community, whatever, do you. I just know for me that there's no space to really question things and the actual outcome. Like, what is the logic? What is the outcome of how we're living, of what we're doing? Is it really conducive of success? Like, is that what's coming out of what we think, how we're living, our ideologies, our theologies? Is it creating what we say it's creating? Is it following the principles that we say? So, in short, being a free thinker just means that you think freely. You don't think according to this is how this person feels, or this is how we should think because we're black, or this is how we should think because we're women, or, so yeah. And believe it or not, I run into quite a few people that I can have really amazing conversations with, and a lot of people that actually resonate and agree with some of the very unconventional things that I think when I thought that it was just me. So, quite a few people was like, oh, you need to start a YouTube. And I'm like super private. I'm not on any social media platforms, I guess, other than YouTube. If this is considered social media, I guess it is. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on anything. So, but I do think that we are extremely lucky to have YouTube in this generation because it is a way, and I guess the platform was created for us to create content and be able to connect with people that you never would be able to connect with otherwise. So here I am, I'm utilizing this platform. Let me just say, most likely there is a 99.999 chance that you will be offended by some of the things that I'm going to say on this page. There's a 99.999% that you are going to strongly disagree with some things that I'm going to think, believe, say, or express. And one of my other goals is to really be able to create a dynamic and, I guess connect with other people that are able to disagree and still maintain unity. Because one of the weird things that I've been thinking about lately is what would society look like at its highest frequency, at its highest, you know, connectivity. And it would be people, as long as what you think or what you believe is not literally hurting someone or something that you're spewing that's like, okay, well, these people should die, or this women should get raped, like it's literally our perception. We all perceive things differently. And I find it would be very easy for slavery to come back in around, or at least start, because when everyone thinks the same way, it's very easy to just drop a nuke on that shit. Like, we're just going to drop a bomb because we know how everyone thinks. We know how to infiltrate this. We know how to manipulate it. We know how to COINTELPRO, or whatever you want to call it if you believe in conspiracy theories. Like, we know how to break down a group of people because no one is questioning the norm. No one is questioning what they're being told. No one is able to think differently. No one is able to disagree, because then you're canceled, then you're a coon, then you're everything under the sun. So yeah, it'll just be dope. Like, if I can just express things that I express with people outside that are like, you definitely need to talk more publicly and connect with other people that think the same way. And if not, I love solitude. So even if this is just to help someone, I don't have to connect with anyone. If what I'm saying helps someone else to know that they're not alone, to know that it's okay to think differently no matter where you are or who you are, know that it's okay first and foremost to act upon what you resonate with, as long as it's not hurting other people physically and, impeding upon their freedom, impeding upon their space, impeding upon their privacy, as long as we're not that word. But violating people's safety and things of that nature, it's thought, right? So, is there anything else I'm forgetting? Oh, just a little background. I do curse. I am righteous and ratchet in my mind. I was literally raised in a split environment. My family is Caribbean. We're Trini. However, I was raised around a lot of hood Black American people. Like, I would literally be hanging out on a block on a corner with, like, Crip Black American, niggas. That's just how I was raised. But then in my nightlife, I would be going to like dancehall parties, or if I went to my family's function, we would be playing soca and things of that nature. So if I say nigga, if I say bitch, if I say hoe, and you don't agree with it, it's okay. You don't have to be here. I'm not saying that to be smug, but I'm literally just saying that, for some people, this is just how we communicate, and you don't have the right to tell me or anyone else how we should be communicating, especially if I explain why I do it. So if I'm like, this hoe got the nerve to, or if I'm like, bitch please, or if I say the word nigga, it's just banter. I'm not calling anybody a hoe because I think they're a hoe, and if I do think you're a hoe, I'm going to make it very clear. If I'm calling you a bitch because I think that you're a bitch, like an asshole, I'll make that clear. If I'm calling you a nigger because I think you're ignorant, I'm going to make it clear. But like I said, it's just really banter. Okay, so with that being said, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share. Please comment with logic. Like, if you're going to comment, quote what I said. If you're going to counter, argue, or whatever, please be very clear in quoting what I said and what you are countering, because I'm not really one just for emotion and feelings. Like, I'm not really interested. I am interested in emotion and feelings if you're also coming with valid logic, and if you're explaining your experience, why, why you think the way you think or why you feel the way you think, but also include logic. Like if you're just coming from experience and you don't want to see how the numbers add up, or what the reality is, then I'm not interested. Like honestly, I don't want to use this word to sound pompous, but I've evolved past just wanting to talk based on emotion and feelings. We all have them. Yeah, so with that being said, hi, welcome, and let's get started.
The devil is a motherfucking liar. So you know I ain't worried. Biatch.